The American Constitution, a document that has shaped the very fabric of our nation, is often seen as a dry, dusty text, buried in the archives of history. But today, I want to take you on a journey through its words, its intentions, and its profound impact on our lives. So, let's dive in, shall we? We begin with the Preamble, a beautifully crafted introduction that sets the tone for everything that follows. It starts with those three powerful words, "We, the people." Just think about that for a second. The framers didn't begin with "we the government" or "we the elite." No, they rooted the foundation of our democracy in the idea that power resides with the people. It's a radical notion, really, that the authority to govern comes from the consent of the governed. This idea was revolutionary in the late 18th century and remains a cornerstone of our democracy today. The Preamble goes on to outline the purposes of the Constitution: to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty. Each of these phrases carries immense weight. A more perfect union? It acknowledges that we're always striving to improve, to be better than we were yesterday. Establishing justice? That's about fairness, about creating a system where everyone, regardless of their background, has access to justice. Domestic tranquility? It's a call for peace within our borders, a reminder that we should prioritize harmony over conflict. And then there's the phrase, promote the general welfare. This is where things get interesting. What does it mean to promote the general welfare? It's a call to action for the government to look out for the well-being of its citizens, to ensure that everyone has access to basic needs: education, healthcare, safety. This isn't just political jargon. It's a promise that the government has a role in our daily lives, in making sure we can thrive. Moving on, we get to the main body of the Constitution. This is where the real structure of our government is laid out. Article 1 establishes the legislative branch, the heart of our democracy. It's here that we see the creation of Congress, a bicameral legislature made up of the House of Representatives and the Senate. This design reflects a delicate balance of power, ensuring that both the voices of the populace and the states are heard. Think about it. Every 2 years, we have the chance to elect representatives who will voice our concerns, our hopes, our dreams. It's a beautiful system, but it only works if we participate, if we engage with the process. Article 2 introduces the executive branch, led by the president. It's fascinating to consider the powers given to this office. The framers were wary of tyranny, having just fought a war to free themselves from a monarchy. They designed the presidency with checks and balances to prevent any one individual from becoming too powerful. The president is not a king. They are a servant of the people, tasked with enforcing the laws passed by Congress. Then we have Article 3, which establishes the judicial branch. The courts are crucial in interpreting the laws and ensuring justice is served. The framers understood that laws are not static. They evolve with society. The Supreme Court, in particular, plays a vital role in safeguarding our rights and liberties, often acting as a check on the other branches of government. Think about landmark cases like Brown v. Board of Education or Roe v. Wade. These decisions have shaped our society and our understanding of justice and equality. As we move through the Constitution, we encounter the amendments. The first 10, known as the Bill of Rights, are perhaps the most celebrated. They guarantee fundamental freedoms: speech, religion, assembly, the press, and the right to petition the government. These rights are not just privileges, they are essential to our identity as Americans. They remind us that we have the power to speak out, to challenge the status quo, and to demand accountability from our leaders. But the Constitution doesn't stop there. It has been amended 27 times, reflecting the changing values and needs of our society. Each amendment tells a story, a moment in history when the nation recognized the need for change. Whether it was the abolition of slavery with the 13th Amendment or the extension of voting rights to women with the 9th, these amendments show that the Constitution is a living document, capable of growth and adaptation. Now, let's talk about the importance of the Constitution today. In a time when political polarization seems to be at an all-time high, it's easy to forget the common ground that the Constitution provides. It's a reminder that, despite our differences, we are all bound by a shared commitment to democracy and the rule of law. When we engage in debates about rights, responsibilities, and governance, we should remember that we are participating in a long-standing tradition of discourse that the framers envisioned. But here's the kicker. The Constitution is not just a historical document. It's a call to action. It challenges us to be active participants in our democracy. It urges us to educate ourselves about our rights and responsibilities, to vote, to engage in our communities, to advocate for change. The framers entrusted us with this power, and it's up to us to honor that trust. So, as we reflect on the American Constitution, let's not view it as a relic of the past, but as a living, breathing document that continues to shape our lives. Let's embrace its principles, engage with its text, and work together to ensure that the promise of liberty and justice for all is realized in our time. The Constitution is our guide, our foundation, and our responsibility. So let's rise to the occasion and be the changemakers our nation needs. After all, it's not just about reading the Constitution, it's about living it every single day.